जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. I would like to welcome all of you for our study of Sri Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we discussed verse number 40 and 41. Very important verses we discussed in detail, and we'll continue from 42. 42 and 43 is together. Let's do. So I hope yesterday we discussed about, you remember that the 40th verse, which is very famous verse, talks about the potency, or we can say there is no loss in bhakti. So whatever we are doing in devotional service, that is going to be our permanent asset. Neha vikramana shosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya. Even a little advancement in the path of bhakti can protect us from the most dangerous type of fear. That means even a little advancement, little effort in bhakti, that is going to help us eternally, or that is going to be our eternal asset. That's the 40th verse. 41st verse, vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmika buddhir means one-pointed or resolute in the purpose. One-pointed intelligence. So one-pointed intelligence and many-branched intelligence. This is what Bahushaka means, many-branched. One-pointed means only one desire, only one goal, that is Krishna. So, but the many-branched is like Bahushaka. There is no determination. So those who have one-pointed intelligence are resolute in the purpose. They are resolute in the goal, and their aim is one. But those whose intelligence are irresolute, not resolute, has many branches of action, means they will do so many things, and they will have unlimited desires. So these are the two classifications Krishna is saying. Okay. Now let's see what he says in 42 and 43. Okay. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti api avipashchitah vedavarata partha nanyad astiti vadinah kamatmana swargapara janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati.
Translation: Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very beautiful verses. Krishna is saying, those who are, or he is saying here, Veda Vadarata. He is talking about Veda Vadarata. Veda Vadarata means, this is the word, Veda Vadarata. Veda Vadarata means those who are considered to be the unintelligent followers of Vedas. Why they are unintelligent? Krishna is saying here. Why they are not intelligent? They are following Vedas, Veda Vadarata. They are following the Vedas. They follow the Vedas, but they are not intelligent. Why? Because Krishna is saying they are attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. Pushpitam Vacham. Pushpitam Vacham. Pushpitam Vacham means the flowery words of Vedas. What is the meaning of flowery words of Vedas? Flowery words of Veda means if you do this, you will get this result. If you do particular yajna, you will be able to go to the heavenly planets. If you do particular this homa or yajna or some austerities, if you are doing, you will be able to enjoy your senses. Something like that. Vedas are giving so many options basically. See, Vedas are considered to be the desire trees. This is in Bhagavatam it says, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukat amrdadrava samyutam pibada bhagavadam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. There is a verse, the third verse of Bhagavatam, the first to third verse of Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataror galidam phalam. Nigama means Vedas. Vedas are, kalpataru means desire tree. So what is desire tree? Desire tree means anything you desire, anything you ask that tree will give you whatever you ask. We cannot find such trees in this material world. We don't find any trees like that. If you are asking mango tree, can you give me coconut? Mango tree cannot give you. Even mango also, maybe if there is no mango, the tree cannot give you. So what to speak of anything else? But the trees in Vrindavan, in spiritual world, trees in the spiritual world, all the trees are desire trees. If you ask anything, they will give. If you ask the desire tree, please give me coconut, simultaneously mango, apple and grapes, anything, they will give. Not only that, if you ask puri masala, if you ask idli chutney, that also they will give. They are ready to give anything. And if you ask the desire tree, can you give me nice, beautiful, clothing for Radha and Krishna, they will give. Can you give nice ornaments for Radharani? They will give. So everything. Desire tree means everything. So there are two things in the spiritual world. So just imagine, dear devotees, we are going to such place. First of all, we will not have any material desires if we go, because the eligibility to go there is no material desires. Only our desire will be to serve, how to serve Radha and Krishna. For serving them, we will be asking for these things. We want nice fruits so that we can offer it to Krishna. We want nice dress, nice things, then those things we ask them, but not for our enjoyment like we do here. Here when we ask, it is for our enjoyment, correct? But in the spiritual world, everybody, the mentality is completely different. Devotees will ask the desire trees, but for what? For serving Krishna, Radha and Krishna, just like that. So that's one is desire tree. Second, there is something called Chintamani. Chintamani means touchstone. Touchstone also functions in the same way. For example, if you are touching that stone and telling the stone, please give me 1 kilogram of gold ornaments for Radharani, that will give you. that touchstone will give you. So like that, touchstone is there, desire trees are there in Golok Vrindavan. So it's a very special place. It's a very, very special place. Spiritual world is very special. So the point what we are discussing is that, so okay, before we jump into the today's discussion, just to conclude the discussion in the spiritual world, so we can imagine the facilities, the opulences, which is available in the spiritual world. In fact, we will not be attracted to those things, definitely, but we will use that in the service of Krishna. For using in the service of Krishna, we may use it, we may ask for it, but not for our sense gratification. So the point is that why we are struggling here in this world? We have a nice place to go, wherein no problems, no diseases, no old age, no death. We are eternally there, eternally serving Krishna and Radharani, participating in the pastimes and doing so many things. We don't know how the time is going also. So we are compromising for something, very, very tuchha here. So let us focus, let us aim for something great, not for the things of this world. We don't want. Anyway, coming back to the desire tree, why I said desire tree? Nigama kalpataror. So Nigama means Vedas, desire tree means anything can be given. They can give, the tree can give anything. So here also flowery words of Vedas we say, right? Flowery words of Veda means the Vedas are telling there are different categories of Vedas. In the Vedas can be divided into many sections. Like there are some sections of Vedas. See, if you Veda means knowledge. So if you take Veda in whole, it includes Puranas, it includes Upanishads, it includes Itihasas. So there are 18 prominent Puranas, there are 108 Upanishads, there are many Itihasas like Mahabharata and all, and there are so many Vedanga. Then there are so many divisions also in the Vedas. Then there are Upavedas like astrology, astronomy. These are Upavedas. So Vedas it's like a supermarket. It's like everything is there. All kind of knowledge is there. Material knowledge also, in the sense knowledge about this material world. So many things. So everything is there in Vedas. Also, Veda has some. So we can divide the Vedas in different ways. So one is speaking about only spiritual things, like for example, speaking about only pure devotional service, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all comes in that category, wherein only speaking about the pure bhakti. There are some other sections of Vedas which speaks about these flowery words, like which are called as flowery words of Vedas. There will be so many description of doing some sacrifices, doing some yagya. If you do this yagya, you will be able to go to heavenly planets, Swargaloka, for example. So this is something called flowery word. Means there is some fruitive results out of that activity. So that is called as flowery words of Vedas. So we should understand what it is. Flowery words, pushpitam vacham. So something fruitive. Fruitive activities means what? There is some phala. There is some fruit. If you do this, you will get that fruit. If you do this, this will be the result. And those results like going to the heavenly planets, going to heaven, and taking good birth taking birth in a good family, getting some power and fame, recognition. So Vedas give so many options. If you do this particular thing, you will get this. So those who are unintelligent, Krishna says, those who are Vedavadarata, means those who are unintelligent or those who are not intelligent, they are so-called followers of Vedas, means their only focus is that something fruitive, some phala from the Vedas. So Krishna says they are not, such followers of Vedas are not intelligent. and they are called as Vedavada Rata. And he says that their only aim is to enjoy. Krishna here is saying, so being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. So for them, the goal of life is sense gratification. Enjoy in this bhumi, or enjoy in the heaven, or enjoy in some other places, wherever in the material world. Enjoyment, sense gratification, and opulent life. Having lot of money, lot of power, lot of opulences, and they consider that to be the goal of life. So Krishna says that such people are less intelligent people, or they are not intelligent at all. So Prabhupada mentions further in the purport, people in general are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive activities recommended in the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas. So what I mentioned regarding these flowery words of Vedas, or wherever there is a mention of if you do this particular activity, you will be getting this elevation to the heavenly planets, you will get good birth, you will be getting so much power, you will be getting so much opulences, fame. All these are coming under the Karma Kanda section, portions of the Vedas. Karma Kanda means, Karma Kanda is like do this activity and get the result. You will get this result. So this is not high section, This is not high class section of the Vedas, by the way. Karma Kanda sections are very low class, because it includes some for any activity, people are more materialistic, they will follow the Karma Kanda portion of the Veda, because they want to enjoy more, and they will follow whatever rituals or whatever things mentioned in the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas. They will do that. And for example, even we can say so many pujas happening. Sorry to say this, but this is what is happening. I don't want to name the name of the pujas, but so many pujas people are doing in their home. Like they call some brahmanas and do some homa, yagya, something like that. You would have seen that back in India also, maybe here also, North India also, it happens. Many pujas are there to please demigod, to please devatas, or maybe even to Vishnu or Lakshmi puja, for example, something like that. I am just giving some example. For what? Because we want more money, we want more opulences. For that we are doing, not out of love towards, even for devata, no love for devata, no love for Krishna, no love for anybody. They are like Amazon. Order something, they have to provide. It's like, we are paying money and we are doing some yagya and asking them something. I am ready to do this yagya, please give me, 1 crore rupees, or, give me some Lakshmi, give me some money, or give me some opulences. People are doing that. So what kind of business? That is simply business, right? It's not good. This all comes under Karma Kanda section. So that's not ideal. We don't have to do all these things. We would have done it in our past life, also maybe in this life also, but now no need to do it. Our focus is not anything from the Karma Kanda. Our focus is only pure bhakti. That is the highest. That is the highest fruit of Veda, and which we are desiring, which is spiritual, not material. So Prabhupada says further, they do not want anything more than sense gratificatory proposal for enjoying in life in the heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulence is very common. Means those who are followers of the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas, they don't know anything other than that. Their goal of life is to get more and more or indulge in more and more sense gratification. Or it could be going to the heaven, it could be, because heaven, and there are so many places in this material world where there is enjoyment. Even lower planetary systems, it is mentioned in the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, lower planetary system, there are so many Sorgalogas. Those are called as Bila Sorga, basically. So, Bila Sorga means completely sense enjoyment. Complete sense enjoyment. But it's like, I don't know what to say, how to say, but it's fully sense enjoyment only. No bhakti, nothing. In Swarga, at least this, Devatas and all, they are devotees. But there are Swargaloga, there are different kind of Bila Swarga in the lower planetary system. There also sense enjoyment is there profusely. You will get wine, women, that kind of enjoyment. Complete tamoguna enjoyment. Options are there. But complete ignorance about God. No spiritual consciousness. So, this world, this material world has so many options. And we are in one place now. The place where we are in, it's like we have a mixture of happiness and distresses. And it is mentioned that this is the place called as Karma Bhumi. The Karma Bhumi means where there is karma for in every reaction. So where we are now, this is called as in the Bhumandala. Bhumandala, okay, I'm going to more technical details, but Bhumandala means it's it's not only Bhumi, it has thousands of planets, we can say, thousands of sections. Bhumi is only one portion. The earth planet what we are in is only very, very small fragment of the Bhumandala, entire Bhumandala basically. So, in the Bhumandala, there is a section, there is a place called as Bharata Varsha. Says Bharata Varsha, I am not going into details, but Bharata Varsha at least we can know. Maybe you would have heard about Bharata Varsha also. If some pujas, maybe you I don't know how many you have experienced. Some brahmanas, when they do puja, they say Jambu Dvipe, I don't know whether you have heard, Jambu Dvipe, Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kande. Yes, Harish Prabhu, have you heard?
Yeah, we say whenever we do any, even during Mamopartha Samasadurashara Shri Ramasha. So
Correct.
Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kante, Mero Ho, Dakshine Paswe.
Absolutely, yeah. So these are all given in Bhagavatam. We will study that when you come in the 5th canto, cosmology. So so we are, there are 9 dvipas. Jambu Dvipa is one of the dvipa in the Bharata Varsha total. Sorry, Bhumandala we are talking about. So in the Jambu Dvipa is divided into 9. And one of the dvipa is Bharata Varsha. And Bharata Varsha is, Jambu Dvipa is divided into 7. And Bharata Varsha is divided into 9. And one of the Khanda is Bharata Khanda. And this Bharata Khanda is our earth planet. That's all. So we are talking about only Jambu Dvipa. So similarly, there are 7 dvipas. Jambu Dvipa is the smallest. Jambu Dvipa is the smallest. Other dvipas are big, big. We will study cosmology later on. It's very interesting. Those who like such kind of technical things. So all our in a school or university understanding about sun, planets, everything will change. Because that's the truth. Bhagavatam gives the truth actually. Scientists, they are not able to find out the things. They don't know Jambu Dvipa, they don't know Bharata Varsha, Bharata Khanda. They only talk about earth planet. But anyway, this Bharata Khanda is the earth planet. So when what mantra you mentioned, Jambu Dvipa, Bharata Varshe, those Bharata Khanda and all, it is basically directing because when we do that puja, it's actually mantra to invoke the blessings of the Devatas basically. So Devatas, when we chant this, Devatas will know from where we are doing the puja. basically, to give them a direction. It's like a GPS. We are telling them this is the GPS. So when we say that Meru mountains this side, and Bharata Kanda, in the Bharata Varsha, in the Bharata Kanda, in some place we are giving some coordinates basically. So by the coordinates, the devatas will understand from where we are doing the puja. This is the purpose of telling this, by the way. So the point is that this Bharata Varsha, what we are talking about is the place called as Karma Bhumi. Not even Jambudip full. Not even Jambudip full is Karma Bhumi. Bharata Varsha is a Karma Bhumi, is only Karma Bhumi. And Bharata Varsha has 7 divisions. So we are in the one of the division, which is Bharata Kanda. All other places other than this Bharata Varsha are not Karma Bhumis. They are all places for, like we always say, take the credit card and go and enjoy and come back. So something like that. So other places are only for, enjoy, we can say for, what is that? Using the credit, whatever credit we are acquiring, we can go there and, we spend that there and come back. So this Bharata Varsha is the only place where there is karma for us. So this is very prominent place also in the Vedas. Very clearly says that this is the best place. Bharata Varsha is the best place to go back to the spiritual world, because other places the chances for remembering Krishna is less. There is no, even Krishna, when he takes incarnation, when he takes avatar, he is coming to the Bharata Varsha. Krishna comes, Mahaprabhu comes, Sri Ram comes, everybody, not to other places. So this Bharata Varsha is very special, very, very special place. And that is why even Devatas, they are praying to Krishna that we want to also take birth in the Bharata Varsha, so that we can go back to spiritual world fast. There also chances are there, but here it's more easy, because Krishna comes often. Krishna otherwise sends his incarnations, so like that. Krishna comes not very often, but I am saying different avatars comes, different acharyas comes. All this happens in the Bharata Varsha basically, specifically in Bharata Kanda also. So this place is very, very conducive to practice bhakti. So we are in the right place now. So why we said this is that here Prabhupada mentions that people are, focusing on the karma. Some people are, those who are not intelligent, they will be following the karma kanda sections of the Vedas for what? For sense enjoyment, for enjoying the life in heaven, upper heaven or lower heaven, whatever. But wherever there is sense enjoyment, people are very much interested. So they are not intelligent, Krishna says. Yeah, now let's go ahead. Bhoga Ishwarya Prasaktanam. Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Bhogaishya prasaktanam
Taya Pahrida Chetasam
taya bhakrita chedasam
Vyavasayatmiga Buddhi
vyavasayatmiga buddhi
Samadau na vidhiyate.
samadhau na vidiyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, nice verse. Krishna says, Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam means for those who are too much attached to sense enjoyment, Taya Paharta Chetasam. So those who are too much attached to the sense enjoyment or material opulences, they are bewildered, or those opulences or sense enjoyment is bewildering them. Bewilder means they are completely confused, or means their consciousness is completely lost. So their consciousness is stolen by lust and greed. So that is what Krishna is saying here. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapaharta chetasam means for those who are too much attached to sense enjoyment, material opulence, and they are bewildered by all these things, means their consciousness is completely lost and taken over by lust and greed. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadau na vidhiyade. For such people, resolute or one-pointed intelligence and fixed mind do not take place, or they do not have one-pointed intelligence, or they do not have determination, they do not have any fixed mind. For what? Fixed mind and one-pointed intelligence for what? For basically for spiritual advancement, correct? So for such people, they don't have any kind of determination to progress in bhakti. Their intelligence is multi-branched, not one-pointed. They are not determined at all, and their mind is also not fixed at one place. And they are always happy, or they are always behind sense gratification and material opulences, and their consciousness is completely covered or completely spoiled, or we can say by lust and greed. So it is very clear from this that if we are too much attached for sense enjoyment and opulences, material opulence means so much money, so much fame, or so much facilities. All those are material opulences basically, or maybe some power, name, fame, power, everything is opulence basically. And sense enjoyment, enjoying the senses, different senses of the body. If people are attached to these two, then Krishna consciousness is difficult for them. It will not happen, because material life and spiritual life both are, spiritual progress and sense enjoyment and material sense gratification is completely opposite paths. We cannot go, it cannot go together, because it's completely opposite. The more we are enjoying the senses, or the more we are running behind the material opulences or sense gratification, that means the more we are forgetting Krishna. The reason is that the more we have the tendency to enjoy, that means I have a feeling that it is for my enjoyment. So I am still thinking that I am this body, I am thinking that I am independent of the Supreme Lord, because I am speaking about, or I am thinking about only my enjoyment. So there is I and mine is there. So that is the base of the sense gratification basically. What is sense enjoyment? Sense enjoyment means I want to enjoy, right? This is the point. So that is completely determined, that is completely opposite to the spiritual progress. So both are actually two different directions. So if we want to enjoy our senses, if our goal is that, we cannot get Krishna for sure. We'll not get. We'll never get. That is the reason we are all here. We are all in this world, material world, till now. We have not gone since time immemorial. Billions and billions of lives, I don't know how many lives. We are still in this world because we have not completely get rid of all these things, these kind of desires, sense enjoyment, etc. Both will not go together. So we have to, if we really wish to, if we are determined to get Krishna, if we are determined to get to the pure bhakti, and if we are really determined to go to the spiritual world and to be with Krishna, to serve Krishna there in the spiritual world, if we really desire that, then we have to somehow, yesterday Prabhu was asking about detachment. So detachment, yes, I was mentioning yesterday that detachment will automatically come. That is true if you practice bhakti sincerely. That will happen, but at the same time there is some part for us to play also. We should stay away from the sense gratification also as much as possible, because we have a choice always. We have a choice either to sit in the satsanga or either to go outside and do whatever senses are desiring. We have two options. So it's up to us to choose, right? So if we are not choosing the right thing, then we will be going away from Krishna. So one is that by practice of bhakti, detachment will come. But we should also, you are asking about how to practice detachment. So it's not practicing detachment, but we are practicing the things, we are trying to be away from those things which are impediment for bhakti. That is the practice we are doing. That is that abhyas we should do. We cannot practice detachment, but we can do some abhyas by staying away from those things are not favorable for bhakti. That practice we should do. Along with that, properly, sincerely doing bhakti, devotional service, chanting, hearing and all. So coupled with, when these two things come together, automatically detachment will happen. So it will happen. So there are few, so we have to also work for it. This is the point. We have to work for it also. Means we have to make the right choices. So Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, different section, 6th chapter, he says, Arjuna is asking one question to him. We will study that later. Arjuna is asking this question. Krishna, it's very difficult to control my mind. To control my mind is very difficult. He says, I may be able to control the direction of the wind. Arjuna is a very powerful person. He says, I can even change the direction of the wind, but I cannot control my mind. Can you give me some solution for it? Then Krishna says two things. He first acknowledged Arjuna's understanding. He said, Asamshayam Mahabaho. Oh Arjuna, whatever you said is correct. Mano dur nigraham anchalam. He says, to control the mind is very difficult. Who is saying? Krishna is himself is saying. Then he said, but you can do. How you can do? He says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha vidyate. Two things he says. Abhyasa and vairagya. Vairagya is detachment. Abhyasa is practice. What exactly he is saying is that, what is practice? Abhyas. The meaning is that do or accept those things which are favorable for bhakti. That is abhyas. Or perform those things which are favorable for bhakti, which includes association, satsanga, which includes hearing about Krishna, which includes chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra or studying Shastras. This is all favorable for bhakti. And abhyas, you have to be an expert in that, Krishna says. Abhyas means we have to practice it regularly. And he speaks about vairagya. Vairagya means detachment. What is the meaning of that? Practice, it's not that practice detachment. Krishna says, abhyasa and vairagya. Vairagya means detachment you should have. So what is the meaning of it? It's simple. I mean, to understand it, it's not simple to practice. It is not simple to follow, but simple to understand. So what he is saying that, so the first thing he said, accept what is favorable for bhakti or do what is favorable for bhakti, that is abhyas. And the detachment, vairagya, is reject what is not favorable for bhakti. That is the meaning of detachment. Reject or get rid of those things which are unfavorable, not favorable for bhakti. So Krishna, this is the solution he is saying. So practicing is one thing, what we are now doing. Secondly, we have to Unfavorable, not favorable for bhakti, we should put a full stop. Cinemas, not favorable. TV serials, not favorable. So many reels in the phone, not favorable. I am talking about general things, not spiritual. So many things are there like that. Pub, bar, not at all favorable. Other places wherein we are forgetting about Krishna, it's not favorable. So place where there is, so we have to be in such places where there could be remembrance of Krishna. Where there is forgetfulness of Krishna, that's not a favorable place for bhakti. That's not a favorable thing to do. So, but again, choice is with us. It is up to us in the sense, Krishna is not forcing us. Krishna is giving freedom to choose. He is saying, this is what is correct, what is not correct, what is good, what is not good, everything he is saying. But you make a choice. Similarly, we have to make a choice. What is our goal? Is my goal like Vedavada Rata, enjoyment of senses? Then let us follow the Karma Kanda of Veda. Or maybe whatever. Or no, if our goal is not like that, if goal is real Krishna, if goal is really to serve Krishna with love, then the path is different. That path is what Krishna is now telling through Bhagavad Gita. Ultimately, that is bhakti. Nothing else. Bhakti only. Okay, so I think next we can stop here. I believe 45th. What is the 45th verse? Traigunya Vishaya Veda. All right. I think we can discuss maybe tomorrow, next time. We'll stop here. We can discuss any questions if we have. Srila Prabhupada